Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're here to cut through the noise of the soap opera sources, give you the essential insights, without you having to watch every single minute.
And today, oh boy,
Yeah.
we're jumping into 2 weeks of bold and the beautiful material. September 22nd through October 3rd. And this isn't just your average drama. This is, well, it's a full-blown crisis.
Yeah, it really feels like it. We're talking about something that shakes up the Spencers, the Finnegans, and the Logans. All three dynasties are involved.
Exactly. And our mission here, yours and ours, is to unpack the fallout from this massive secret. Basically, Luna Nozawa, everyone thought she was dead.
Right, dead and gone.
Well, she's not. She's alive, she's pregnant, and it's a Spencer heir. And this is just causing explosions everywhere. Threats, lies, relationships ending. It's a mess.
So the key things we're digging into are, like, how far Bill Spencer is willing to go with his threats, Steffy Forrester's return, which sounds like it's going to be huge.
Oh, absolutely huge. And then you've got Deacon and Sheila. Their whole relationship is on the rocks because of this. Plus, the impact on Will and Electra. Devastating.
And Luna Nozawa is right smack in the middle of it all. She's the catalyst. I mean, think about it. Presumed dead.
Yeah.
Shot Liam Spencer before that.
Yep.
Molested Will Spencer.
Which is just horrific.
And now she's back, pregnant with Will's child. It's almost too much for one character to carry, but here we are.
It really shows how one big secret, one hidden truth, can just poison everything around it.
Yeah.
It destabilizes the whole system. So let's get into week 1 where the fury really starts.
Okay, Monday, September 22nd. No easing into it. We get Luna versus Bill Spencer right off the bat. And she doesn't come crawling back, does she?
No way.
Yeah.
That's what's so wild. She marches right in there, confronts Bill, and lays out her plan. She basically tells him, the head of the Spencer Empire, how things are going to be.
It's pure audacity. What exactly does she say she wants?
She tells him, flat out, that she intends to be the only woman in Will Spencer's life. Her vision. It's this cozy little family unit, her, Will, and their little bundle of joy.
And the sources are quick to remind us this baby was conceived under, let's say, questionable means.
Right. It's basically blackmail disguised as a family plan. She's leveraging the pregnancy and Will's involvement.
So Bill's reaction, predictable but still intense, right? The sources say he calls her a devious little B-word.
He's absolutely furious. Incandescent, as you said. But the specific threat he makes, that's where it gets really dark and the history comes into play.
Tell us about that threat. It's not just yelling, is it?
No, it's specific. He tells Luna that Leif Finnegan, Sheila's rival, should have just let Luna die back when she had the chance, that it would have saved him the trouble of dealing with her now.
Wow. That's cool.
And apparently Luna actually looks horrified, which, is maybe a small win for Bill in that moment. But here's the really crucial part for you, the listener, to understand. The sources, the way they're written, they immediately connect this threat to Bill's past actions. They specifically bring up Amber Moore.
Amber Moore. Okay, refresh our memory. Bill has a history with pregnant women he doesn't approve of.
A very dark history. Remember, with Amber, he tried to buy her off, sure, but he also orchestrated things that could have seriously harmed her and the baby. He was ruthless.
So the sources mentioning Amber now isn't accidental. They're signaling that Bill might be thinking along those same lines again.
Exactly. It's not just an empty threat made in anger. It raises the stakes significantly. We have to consider if Bill is genuinely contemplating, extreme measures to get rid of Luna and this pregnancy. Is he thinking payoff, or is he thinking something much worse?
That historical context makes his words feel much heavier, much more dangerous. It positions him as potentially moving back into that villain territory.
Definitely. It's a serious escalation.
Okay, so while Bill is contemplating going nuclear, what's happening with Katie? Will's mom must be beside herself.
She is. And she's getting comfort from Hope Logan. Hope, being Hope, is focused on Will deserving happiness, despite the unfortunate incident leading to the pregnancy.
But this creates a huge dilemma for Katie, doesn't it? The sources point this out.
Yes, a massive one. Does Katie tell Hope the full truth? That Luna, the woman who molested her son Will, is alive. And not just alive, but is also the same lunatic Luna who shot Hope's ex, Liam.
Oh, man. Hope doesn't know Luna is alive.
Apparently not yet. So Katie's sitting on this information. If she tells Hope, it blows up Liam's world all over again. He'd have to face the woman who almost killed him.
But if she doesn't tell Hope, Is she putting the Spencer family's image ahead of Hope's safety or Liam's? I mean, Luna is dangerous.
That's the tension. Katie's silence is a major point of conflict right now. What's she going to do?
Okay, let's shift focus a bit. What about the Finnegan and Carter side of things? Sounds like Lee and Sheila are having it out.
Oh, big time. Lee Finnegan, who, remember, had a hand in the initial confusion around Luna's death, is absolutely raging at Sheila Carter. She's accusing Sheila of basically switching sides and supporting Luna now.
And is Sheila denying it, or?
Not at all. Sheila is fully Team Luna now, and her reason is classic Sheila. Lie's furious, but Sheila's justification is all about the baby. Luna is her granddaughter, Luna's pregnant, and Sheila is over the moon about being a great-grandmother.
So she's just ignoring everything Luna did, the shooting, the molestation, all of it.
Completely. The sources literally call Luna a homicidal maniac. But for Sheila, none of that matters. Why? Because there's a new blood connection, a potential Nazawa Spencer grandchild. That overrides everything else: morality, danger, history. Irrelevant to Sheila when family or her idea of family is involved.
Priorities are something else. So this internal conflict, does it affect Finn?
Correctly. Finn finds out that his own mother, Luna, knew Luna was alive and didn't tell him. He's obviously furious about being kept in the dark. It shatters trust within their family.
Okay, so Finn knows, but keeping it from him. What's the immediate consequence of Finn finding out?
The big one is Steffy. Steffy Forrester, Finn's wife, is still away, and she thinks Luna is dead, gone. History.
Oh, wow. So Finn now has to be the one to tell her?
Yep. He's got the horrible job of telling Steffy that the woman who terrorized them, who nearly shot her, who shot Liam, who's connected to all this trauma, is alive, pregnant with a Spencer baby, and technically part of their extended family now through Sheila.
That conversation is going to be explosive, doesn't even cover it. Steffi's return is going to be centered around this nightmare revelation.
Absolutely. Expect shock, fury, probably directed at Lee's and maybe even Finn for not protecting her from this news sooner. #, see Will's confession and Electra's rage. Tuesday went.
Okay, so Finn's got that hanging over him. But the immediate fallout is hitting Will and Electra first, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, the confession happens.
Yes. This is it. Will finally tells Electra Forrester everything. And the sources are specific about how he tells her, which makes it so much worse.
What are the specifics? It wasn't just a drunken mistake.
That's the killer detail.
Yeah.
He admits, okay, he was drunk. He accidentally slept with someone. But then, and this is the part that seals it, he says he, on purpose, slept with her again right after.
Oh, no. So it wasn't just losing control once. It was a conscious choice the second time.
Exactly. It completely destroys the, it was just a drunken mistake defense. That choice, that second time, that's the real betrayal.
And the sources say this is basically the end for them.
They frame it immediately as life-changing stuff, relationship-ending stuff. Electra is going to be, quote, blind with rage.
I mean, understandably, but it's not just the cheating itself, is it?
No, it's twofold. First, the act itself is devastating. Sleeping with someone else, especially choosing to do it again. But second, and this might be even worse for Electra, the timing of the confession.
Meaning?
She's going to be absolutely disgusted that Will carried on their relationship, slept with her again, all while hiding this massive secret about Luna. The lying by omission, continuing the intimacy. That makes it so much more painful.
And then she's eventually going to find out that this woman, Luna, is alive and pregnant with his baby.
Right. A permanent reminder of his betrayal. The Spencer spawn, as the sources put it. It links him to Luna forever. It makes any reconciliation almost impossible to imagine.
Okay, before we move on from this week, there was a little note about Thomas Forrester.
Yeah, just a quick meta point the sources mentioned. There's apparently a lack of Thomas spoilers during this period, and there's some concern, or maybe just observation, that the writers might be so focused on this Luna bombshell that Thomas's storyline has been kind of put on the back burner or maybe even wrapped up quickly.
Interesting. Given how central he was recently, that would be a shift. Okay, so let's move into the next major relationship implosion.
Right, because Luna being alive doesn't just wreck Will and Electra. It poses a massive threat to Deacon and Sheila. #, Deacon's mistaken assumption and fury, Wednesday, Thursday.
So how does Deacon find out? Does Sheila confess?
It's not likely. Around Wednesday or Thursday, Deacon overhears something he shouldn't. The sources guess it might be Sheila talking to Lie, maybe about doctors or logistics related to Luna, something that sounds medical.
Okay, so he hears bits and pieces.
Yeah, and crucially, his first reaction is wrong. He initially worries about Sheila. He thinks maybe Luna is sick or there's some complication, something negative. He's concerned for Sheila.
Oh, poor Deacon. He has no idea.
None. And then the penny drops. He figures out what they're really talking about. Luna isn't sick, she's alive. And Sheila knew. She knew this whole time and didn't tell him.
Oh, that realization must hit him like a ton of bricks.
The sources say he completely snaps, just unloads on Sheila. This isn't a small argument. It's described as pure fury.
And it's not just about the lie itself, right? It's about who Luna is to Deacon.
Precisely. This is visceral for him. Luna is the person who killed two of his best friends. For Deacon to learn that Sheila, the woman he loves and trusts, has been hiding the fact that this killer is alive and well. It's the ultimate betrayal. How could she protect the person responsible for his friends' deaths?
It makes him question everything about her, about them.
Everything. And this is where the sources drop the endgame warning. They state pretty clearly, if Deacon sees Sheila acting happy or, God forbid, giddy about Luna being alive, about being a great-grandma, that could be it, the absolute end for them.
Because embracing Luna means betraying the memory of his friends.
Exactly. The concealment is one thing, but actually celebrating Luna's survival. That might be unforgivable for Deacon. He demands the truth from Sheila right then and there. Tell me everything now. It's a showdown.
Yikes. Doesn't sound like Sheila can spin her way out of this one easily. #tag B, tensions and side plots.
No, it looks really bad for her. Meanwhile, the chaos ripples outwards. We still have Hope stuck in her triangle.
Right, Liam and Carter. What's the latest there?
Well, Liam's not backing down. He's persistent. He's showing up, playing on their history, their connection through Beth. He's making his case.
On Carter.
Carter is being the voice of reason, basically. He's telling Hope, look, Liam's recovered. He's fine now. Maybe you need some space to stop spending so much time with him. He's urging her towards stability, away from the drama.
So Hope's still torn between the past and a potentially less chaotic future?
Yeah.
Classic Hope.
Pretty much. And speaking of family drama, Papi Nozawa gets involved too.
Luna's relative.
Yeah.
What's your reaction?
She's shocked Luna's alive, obviously. But she's also really upset about Luna's whole scheme to get pregnant with a Spencer heir.
Is she upset for moral reasons, or?
The sources heavily imply it's jealousy, pure and simple. Like, Papi might have had her own plans to snag a connection to a powerful family in the past, and they failed. Now Luna, the homicidal maniac, actually pulled it off. It's almost funny in a dark way.
Wow. Sibling rivalry, Nozawa style. Okay, is there any good news happening?
Surprisingly, yes. Amidst all the backstabbing and plotting, Dee and Remy Price seem to be genuinely bonding, falling for each other, happy, like a little island of normalcy.
Ah, that's nice. But wait, there's got to be a catch, right? This is B&B.
Of course there is. The twist is that Luna might end up causing problems for them too, especially if that rumor turns out to be true.
It's rumor.
That Dee is actually Deacon's son. If that paternity is confirmed and Luna is messing things up around Dee, well, that just gives Deacon another huge reason to despise Luna and want her gone. #CC, escalating security and reconciliation attempts, Thursday, Friday.
Okay, so back to Bill. End of the week. He knows Luna is a problem. How's he handling it, besides making threats?
He goes into lockdown mode. The sources say he significantly ramps up security at the Spencer mansion, like doubles the guards, maybe more.
Why? To keep Luna in, or keep others out.
The implication is definitely to keep Luna in, to control her. His goal is simple. Luna isn't going anywhere. He needs to contain the threat. Because this whole situation, Liam shot, Will molested, Steffy targeted, it's making him look weak, unable to protect his family.
Right. He needs to regain control. And is he doing anything else? Trying to smooth things over?
Yes. Interestingly, at the same time he's plotting and increasing security, he's also trying to make amends with Katie.
Why specifically Katie now?
Because, as the sources point out, everyone kind of sees Bill as partly responsible for this mess. His past actions, the general Spencer chaos, it all created an environment where someone like Luna could cause this much damage. Liam getting shot, Will's trauma. It all traces back in part to the instability Bill fosters. Yeah. He needs Katie on his side.
He needs her support, especially if he's planning something drastic against Luna.
Exactly. He's managing the internal politics while planning his next move.
Okay, what about Taylor Hayes? She seems to be at a crossroads, too.
Yeah. She's thinking about stepping down as Deacon's therapist. The sources suggest it's because she feels like a bit of a hypocrite. Her own love life is a mess, so how can she advise others?
A moment of professional doubt. That makes sense.
But then, of course, Brooke Logan pops by to check in on Taylor. Ostensibly, she's worried about Taylor developing broken heart syndrome over Ridge.
Uh-huh. Concerned, I bet.
Right. The subtext is thick. Brooke's really worried Taylor might use her vulnerability to try and win Ridge back again. It's the same old dance.
Does she need to worry? What's the word on Ridge?
The sources actually offer some reassurance here. They explicitly state Ridge has no regrets about marrying Brooke. So for now, at least, it seems like Bridge is solid, despite Taylor's turmoil.
Good to know. So the week ends with Will still trying desperately to save things with Electra.
Yes, he's fighting hard, trying to push back against her rage. But here's the kicker. Electra still doesn't know about the pregnancy at this point.
Oh, wow. That bomb is still waiting to drop. That takes us straight into week 2. All right, week 2. September 29th to October 3rd. This is where things get final, it sounds like. Let's start with Deacon. He spent week 1 finding out the truth. What happens now?
He spends this whole week basically soul-searching. The big question for him is, can he actually live with what Sheila did? Can he forgive this level of deception, hiding Luna's survival?
And the sources seem to think.
They position this Luna reveal as the breaking point. She has lied before, obviously, but hiding the person who killed his friends, that's different. That's a betrayal so fundamental the notes suggest this might really be it. The moment Deacon realizes he just can't stay with her, the trust is completely shattered.
Wow. So this could genuinely be the end of Deacon and Sheila.
It seems very likely. The lie is just too enormous.
Meanwhile, Will is still fighting for Electra, but now the pregnancy card is likely in play, right?
Oh, yeah. He's desperate. He's trying everything to convince Electra that she's the one he wants, that Luna won't come between them. He's trying to frame Luna as just interference.
But it's hard to see past the baby, isn't it?
That's exactly what the sources identify as the deal breaker. The little baby Nazawa Spencer. Electra might, maybe, eventually process the cheating, the mistake. But the baby, that's a permanent connection between Will and Luna, a constant reminder. It makes a future for Will and Electra seem pretty much impossible. ###HebB. The plot against Luna.
Okay, so relationships are crumbling. Let's get back to Bill Spencer. Week 2, he's not just reacting anymore, he's actively plotting.
He is busy plotting against Luna, according to the sources. He needs to stop her from ruining Will's life, and his methods are escalating. They're getting extreme.
Extreme how? What's his playbook look like?
It seems heavily based on his past behavior, especially with Amber Moore. First line of attack. Pressure Luna to terminate the pregnancy. That's the cleanest solution for Bill. Gets rid of the air, cuts the tie.
But Luna doesn't seem like the type to just give in to pressure. What if that doesn't work?
Then option 2 comes out, again, very much like the Amber situation.
Right.
A massive payoff. Offer her an insane amount of money to disappear, give up all rights to the child, sign an NDA, and just vanish. Buy her silence and exile.
Okay, money talks. But what's option 3? This is where it gets really dark, isn't it?
Yeah. This is the one that echoes the deepest fears about Bill's past. The sources explicitly mention the possibility of Bill attempting to kill her.
Seriously, they put that on the table.
They do. Again, drawing that direct parallel to his past willingness to consider extreme harm against Amber. It shows just how ruthless Bill is prepared to be to protect his son, his family name, from this Nazawa Spencer heir. For Bill, it seems like violence might be a calculated risk he's willing to take.
This is intense, and who's pushing him towards these extremes? Is anyone else involved in the plotting?
Katie Logan, Will's mother. She's not just sitting back. She is actively pushing Bill to do something decisive.
What does she want him to do?
The sources quote, her urging Bill to take care of Luna once and for all.
Take care of her. That sounds ominous.
It's incredibly loaded, right? There's not a suggestion for a friendly chat. It sounds like a demand for a permanent solution. Katie seems to be asking Bill to use all his power, all his resources, maybe even his lack of moral boundaries, to just make Luna disappear from their lives. Permanently.
So Katie's reached her breaking point too. She wants Luna gone no matter what it takes.
Seems that way. She's desperate and potentially driving Bill towards his darkest impulses.
While Bill's plotting murder or payoffs, is Sheila trying to fix things with Deacon?
She's trying. She's attempting damage control, trying to salvage her marriage.
Any chance she succeeds?
The sources are really doubtful. They emphasize that what she did is just kind of unforgivable. Hiding the survival of your partner's friend's killer. That's a betrayal that probably can't be repaired. The trust gap is just too wide. ###Sia. Spreading news and critical returns.
Okay, so Bill's plotting, relationships are ending. Does the secret finally break wide open in week 2?
Yes. Word finally gets out to the wider family that Luna is actually alive.
Who finds out?
This shockwave hits Liam, Hope, and Finn. They're all suddenly grappling with this reality. The woman who caused so much pain as he is back among them. For Finn, of course, this just ramps up the pressure he has to tell Steffy before she hears it from someone else.
And speaking of Steffy, her return is happening soon.
Imminent. The actress filmed in early September, so we should see her on screen in early October, right in the thick of this.
And she's not going to be happy.
Not even close. She's expected to return and have her say. And given everything Luna did, shot Liam, almost shot her, and is now carrying her brother-in-law. Will's baby. Steffi's reaction is going to be massive. Fury directed at Luna, probably at Bill for letting this happen, and definitely at Finn and Lee for keeping
It's
secrets.
going to be quite the homecoming. Any other reveals happening this week?
Yes, a big one, potentially. The paternity of Dee is set to be revealed.
And the smart money is still on Deacon being the father.
The sources strongly reiterate that suspicion. And if Deacon is confirmed as Dee's father, it just adds another layer to his hatred of Luna, right? Because now she's disrupting the life of this potential new family connection he might be trying to build.
Makes sense. More fuel for Deacon's fire. And what about Taylor? Where does she land?
She's still figuring things out, pondering her next steps after considering quitting therapy. And in the background, you still have the stable Ridge and Brook marriage, which probably isn't helping Taylor's emotional state. Hashtag tag outro.
Okay, wow. So looking back over these 2 weeks, the intensity is just off the charts. Bill's threats feel incredibly real, backed by that dark history.
Absolutely. He's being pushed into considering options that are truly chilling. And Deacon and Sheila,
Mhm.
it really looks like this lie about Luna might be the thing that finally irrevocably breaks them.
And the impact on Will and Electra is just immediate and catastrophic. That baby changes everything permanently.
It really does. This whole deep dive just highlights how one huge secret, Luna being alive, can ripple out and destabilize everything. Every major family, every key relationship is shaken. It pushes people like Bill and Deacon into desperate, maybe even violent corners.
Morality seems to go out the window when the stakes get this high.
Completely. Which brings us to our final thought for you, the listener, to chew on.
We know Bill's history. We know he's threatened pregnant women before, violently. We know Katie is now demanding he take care of Luna once and for all.
Right. So we've seen his potential playbook. Pressure Luna to terminate, offer a massive payoff. Or worse, given Bill's resources, his money, his lawyers, his lack of scruples, what could he realistically do, short of actual murder?
Yeah, what action could he take that would actually satisfy Katie and Electra, meaning Luna and the baby are permanently out of Will's life, but wouldn't necessarily involve him, directly harming her?
Is it purely financial? Like an astronomical sum tied to exile and zero contact, legally enforced? Could he orchestrate some kind of legal trouble for maybe get her deported if possible, force her out of the country?
It has to be something decisive, something permanent that removes the threat without, ideally, leaving physical evidence linking back to Bill. It's a really tough needle to thread, even for someone like Dollar Bill.
It really is. He needs a solution that satisfies the family's demand for removal, but keeps his own hands relatively clean. What would that look like?
Something to think about. What lengths will Bill go to?
A very provocative thought to end on. We'd love to hear your theories. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
We'll catch you next time.